name is Celeste Gianni, and my research focuses on book culture and the history of libraries in the Middle East. Today, I'd like to talk about one of the manuscripts that is part of the Sbath collection at the Vatican Library, Sbath 150. Lately, my research has focused on a series and a group of collectors, bibliophiles, and catalogers that were active in Syria and Egypt from during the late Ottoman period till the beginning of the 20th century. In particular, I looked at the activities of the Syrian priest Paul Sbath, who in 1927 sold a big part of his manuscript collection to the Vatican Library. The manuscript itself is undated, although Sbath dates it to the 17th century. It is a book on medicine, but written in verses that describes several topics from cures for different diseases, including diarrhea, vomiting, and any type of injuries, as well as pregnancy care, tips for travelers, and various other topics of the like. The book itself is acephalous, so we don't have the beginning, we don't know who is the author nor the full title. The titles of the chapters, though, are rubricated in red, and we do have the name of a scribe on the last folio, folio 52 recto, that reads Michael only, because basically it's partly the name is partly damaged, and that's the only word that I managed to retrieve from the text. So when I was at the Vatican Library, I did take some notes of the content of the book, including one verse of the manuscript itself that struck my attention. That reads in Arabic: "Hatta istafadahu bi'ilmin wa adabi yarithahu an salafin ba'da salafi." We can translate it with so that it can benefit him with knowledge and adab, and it can be transmitted generation after generation. The features that struck me mostly about these manuscripts, in addition to the fact that I'm always fascinated by text that do not belong to the genre of poetry, but they are written in poetic verses, such as this medical text. Well, the other features are actually the paratextual elements and the marginalia that are included in this particular manuscript, which attest to the usage of this text throughout different centuries by specifically an Arab Christian readership of this medical text. We can find several marginalia and paratextual elements of different natures. First of all, a note from an owner that was actually a doctor, Shukrallah at-Tabib, on folio 52 verso, where we also find actually a recipe of cure, so a medical potion as well on this page. On the other pages, we find paratextual elements of different natures, including drawings of a saint. We see a drawing of St. George and the Dragon and of other two saints. In addition to that, prayer in Arabic, a prayer in Syriac, and on the pages of the binding, grocery shopping list, probably because these pages had been used later just to produce the binding itself of the manuscript. Without looking at the manuscript itself, it would be very difficult to know about the existence of the paratextual elements. In fact, if we look, for example, at the catalogs that we have available for the manuscript held at the Vatican Library, including Sbath's own catalog that he compiled for his own collection, we really would know absolutely nothing about the existence of these paratextual and marginalia elements. which give us an insight on the usage of each single manuscript that is incredibly relevant for understanding the development and the usage and the knowledge in the field of medicine, in this case, among the Arab Christian communities between the 17th century and the 20th century. Further research is much needed in this field, and I really hope that future scholarship will benefit from digitization projects and the open access to the digital images of manuscripts, which will allow to look at the paratextual elements. For now, with this research for the Stories of Survival project, I have managed to include the description of these manuscripts and of other manuscripts that are held at the Vatican Library into the database that is freely accessible on the website. And I hope that these descriptions will help to other scholars to retrieve information that is otherwise quite difficult to access and consult.